Hey everybody. Uh, Alright, I'll make this one, I'll start out short and sweet and it ends up being 10, 15 minutes long. Uh, yeah. So what's going on in the world today? All kinds of stuff, right? If you're a plumber or you got a plumbing leak, what do? You go to the source and you shut it off. Or you go to the source, you find the source and shut the valve off before that. Okay? Well, that works for that. If you got a gas leak in your car, you go to the source and you fix it. Unfortunately, you can't really shut off the flow, but same deal. Brake fluid, you fix where it's, brake line, you fix it right at the spot, etc., etc. Now, with brake fluid, you might or gasoline, you might change the whole pipe that's leaking so that it doesn't have a bunch of sections put in it. I'll get to all this here in a minute. The reason for this video. But you can do it that way. You can just put a small piece in there, fix it, and it works. Unless your pipe's really rusty and pops somewhere else, then you gotta replace the whole pipe. So, okay. Reason for this. Our vice president just went on a 2-day trip down to Guatemala and Mexico. Alright? I'm not mentioning names, I'm just going to do powers. I'm very proud to have a how do I want to say it without sounding racist? But a person with African descent, I guess, maybe, if she is, I don't know. I don't know her DNA, her how she, her bloodline. I don't know that. But I'm glad to have a person of color and a white person in his a person of color and a woman in there. Okay, I just wish it was somebody else. Because everyone's entitled to my opinion. I don't think her or the president is worth a darn in what they're doing. As a person, they're worth a darn. Everybody's worth a darn as a person. But as they're in their job, they don't know how to do it. I don't do electrical work because I know I suck at electrical work. Okay? I don't, I can do just about anything else, but I don't do electrical work. Ask me to build a rocket. Give me a while, a few years, and some money, and I can do it. I'll figure it out. Might have to test a couple times, but I'll figure it out. But I can't do electrical work. So what do? I hire that stuff out. Or I know an electrician, I get them, I buy them a 12-pack and they do it for me, depending on how big the job is. So, that's what I mean about people doing, them not being good at what they're doing. Not that they ain't a good person, it's just they don't know what they're doing. All they're doing is running our country down a crap hole. But anyway, I digress. I think that's the word. Anyway, she goes to Guatemala and Mexico, apparently, with a boatload of money. I mean, enough money. If you split that money up 5 ways and give it to 5 of the poorest people in the world or in the country, 5 of the poorest families, they'll never have to work a day in their life unless they get real stupidly crazy. But I don't see how. So here's the deal. Now, all right, back to my analogies here that I did. All right, when you're talking about people, you can't, unfortunately, you can't go to the source to stop a problem. All right, you have to deal with the problem here, today, right now. You can, after you fix that, then you can go to the source and fix the source. Okay, you start going back through to the source and you fix the source after you fixed everything else, after you fixed today. Psychiatrists, doctors, everybody, all right, same thing. Doctor, you go in having heart attack stuff. They diagnose what it is, heart attack feelings. They diagnose what it is with all the tests. Yes, that person's having a heart attack. They fixed the problem with the heart attack. Okay, they solve the heart attack issue first, keep you alive. All right, then they fix the issue. That's the source. But you do all your testing to find the source. Maybe they have to put stents in. Maybe they have to replace a valve. Maybe they have to... Who knows? Okay? Same thing with the border. Border's got an issue. People flooding the border. Fix that issue. Then you go back and you find out where that source is coming from, and you fix it. You fix the source so that people don't try to come to your border and overthrow them. Look all the way back into history. All right, go back to I had a little glass issue feel. Okay, go back to Roman Empire. I like them. They kept expanding because nobody closed their borders. You know, and even if they did, there was such a strong presence, they overran them. Now, how did somebody overrun a border wall? Wasn't strong enough. Just like military, the stronger the army, the better. But you still have a home field advantage. Even in, look at Vietnam. They had a home field advantage. You know, we were fighting them. They had a home field advantage. They knew every bit of that country. We didn't. All we had was satellite pictures, and they sucked. I wasn't there. I'm just using that as a, you know, and we fought, and we all know how that turned out. If not, go back in history before it's deleted and find out. Okay? Same thing. Close the border. Stop the flow. Once the flow stops, then you go back to the source. Same thing with the plumber's pipe, right? Plumbers, water leak in the house. The water leak in the house. You find a leak. You go back to the valve. You shut the valve off. There's off. No more water comes through. Border. No more people come through. And then you go back to the source and you fix that source. So that people don't try to, so that you can open your border again. Simple as that. They don't, the people that are in politics, okay? The military people, I can normally tell they do really good. You know, I can normally tell if their parents were blue collar, or if maybe they were blue collar, or not necessarily blue collar, but did stuff with their hands. They've learned how to do things, okay? Rand Paul, he's a doctor. He ran Fauci over the coals. That's a whole nother subject some other time. But he's a doctor. He knows things. He knows how to do things. That's what I was getting at. You can normally tell. People that know how things work, they can fix the problems pretty easy. People that don't, all they know is throw money at it, because that's all they do. They pay somebody to come do it. They don't know how to do things with their hands. Pay to go do it. Pay to have this done. Pay to have that done. Instead of trying to figure it out, do it yourself. There's a crap ton of tutorials on here. I'm even trying to do some tutorials on how to do things for people to learn how to do simple things to improve themselves, make it cheaper on them, so on and so forth. So, but anyway, yeah, the video got long. Anyway, y'all, talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.